So what is today's topic? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I am Shruti. I like to make videos about law of attraction, spirituality and so much more. We are just getting started. I'm just getting started. So if you haven't subscribed, hit the notification bell and subscribe button as well today. Let's get started. Today's message is all about divine feminine. And here we are getting started. How you should look, how you should behave. No. We are not talking about that. We are talking about our true self. So if you are stumbled upon this video might be for you, because I am in between everything and actually getting my divine feminine back. So let's get started. Who is divine feminine? Divine feminine, as you see, we have divine masculine, divine feminine in our body. We are Shiv and Shakti. Everything what you are seeing as an illusion actually carries the power of creation, because as you know, Shiva is a destruction, so you can see the destruction and creation together, like he or she. This is a fucking frequency and energy which you can tell by being her frequency. So divine feminine is a frequency, idea, a creative touch, a magic, imagination, fantasy, anything you can put into, that is she. She is divine feminine, and it's not about the gender, it's not about the as well. We are soul and we tend to have both of the qualities. As a feminine, we birth in a feminine body, and that's why we have the creation, the art, the magic itself. In a more divine way, we tend to bend towards creation. That's why we have the power of birth, the power of creating, the power of nurturing. And divine feminine, as in Shakti, is whatever you're looking around, as in earth. Anybody who has those ideas, those passions, those magic, to have the ability to make them alive in this dimension, you can say earth, in this lifetime. So this is what divine feminine is. Divine feminine is at most like beautiful. She's goddess. She is everything you can look up to. And please, like, just imagine the Shakti in her divine form with everything. Like she is the destruction as well as the creation. So you have to see divine feminine actually holds everything, but divine masculine holds just the action oriented. Because when you have the idea, you need a balance of inspired action. That's why divine feminine and masculine should have been balanced in your body, in your mind. Anything where you see yourself being practical and you're missing the creative touch, that's where universe or God, anybody calls you to actually minimize and nullify overpowering of any energy, and then you can start by actually balancing out and start manifesting more. This is divine feminine letter, divine feminine message to my beautiful people out there. It can be for anybody, it can be for artists, it can be for anybody. So it's not limited to certain kind of idea, intentions. It is for everybody, because we have both in ourselves. That's why when we are career oriented, we are more into masculine. When we have a business idea, we are blending our divine feminine and divine masculine together. We are thinking, if we wanna balance it out, what's not happening for us, we have to look into ourselves. Anything that you see in this world is an illusion, trust me. And this is just you are getting started with. Welcome to this side of the world where information, like they say, esoteric information, you get to know more because you get to know yourself more. So let's get started. In east side of the world, we basically see woman being housewife, house oriented, because she believes in nurturing her family, nurturing and giving love and care through taking care of parents, in-laws, kids and husband, everybody with the family. And you see, when you're growing up, you see majority of time your mom can be mom, can be aunt figure, can be anybody with the feminine figure, actually stepping down and giving her power to a more masculine who is actually going and earning outside. If you have seen this, you can actually analyze as a kid that if you don't earn, you don't have any power to take a decision. Every time she is not making a decision, she is losing herself, losing her power of divine feminine power step by step. That's why we see, if you are into a mindset where you have to take a decision, you always see what would my father would take a decision, what would my friend would have taken a decision, not like my mom would have taken decision, because we don't see our mom in a very decision oriented authoritative positions. And that's where we believe, as in divine feminine, we need somebody to back it up. Just like in masculine, it is not like that. But when we are surrounded by this kind of environment, we tend to think that this can be true. This can be the whole societal norms, where you have to actually make decisions according, or you have to have somebody who can actually trust your decision. When you see these kind of patterns, you actually build your own belief in your mind, saying, wait a second, I need somebody to validate this decision for me, because as in my childhood or as an adult person, I don't have anybody female, anybody in a feminine position taking decision. That's why as a feminine, as me, my friends, anybody who is like going through a difficult phase where they are actually confused because they lack this kind of authority in their mind, so they lack decision making. Nowadays people are coming out, speaking more, they know what they want, and this is how you actually awaken your divine feminine. First of all, you have to see what your environment is living. You have gained, absorbed, and you have done everything. Like you have absorbed, you have literally consumed those beliefs of your parents. You have consumed those beliefs of your cousins, your relatives, your grandparents, everybody, even your mom and dad, everybody had some kind of belief and you have consumed it. You have not made your own beliefs. That's why whenever you see you are as a different person, but you have same kind of problems that your mom and dad would face, right? Because if your mom and dad say you can't make this much amount of money in a month, that's where you say, okay, this is not my belief. This can be my mom and dad's, but this is not my belief. This is how I would say we are actually unlocking our divine feminine. Divine feminine. Oh my god. I can't talk more. I can't talk less. She is everything. The frequency, the energy, she is everything. When you talk about creative people, I myself consider myself as a creative, and I had lost her touch. Like I would have lost my feminine side because the world is so masculine, so aggressive. For divine feminine, they have to feel soft, right? And I was not feeling soft anymore. I have to. There was like a race going on. You have to complete the study, you have to get a degree, you have to get a job, everything in between. And I was like, then where should I start my creation? Where should I actually be soft enough to create something out of the box? And that takes time, right? And you're so blindly in the race that you actually forgot your dreams, which you actually have when you are kids. Like I would say, okay, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna be a millionaire, I'm gonna be a billionaire, whatever you say. I'm gonna have this Porsche car, I'm gonna have Audi by this year, I'm gonna have international trip, anything. Trust me, you actually forgot yourself, your own true divine feminine self. And when this happens, it is a downhill. Then you have back to back lessons till you awaken your true divine self, true divine feminine self. So when I say you are a creator, you're an artist, you are a music songwriter, music producer, anybody who is stuck in a loop, not getting enough ideas, not getting something, you have to go inside and see yourself, like where the creativity blockage actually started. It can be any kind of pattern that you are facing. A lot of times I think, do I have to do a background for every kind of topic I want to say like from scratch, since all of us, we don't have any kind of background. My audience actually have enough knowledge to understand the content, and I said okay, they will get it. I will make a video from whenever I feel we're going with flow. Why divine feminine actually suffers? We don't have authority figure as a female. We don't see our female figures having enough power to take decisions. So when you see and when you analyze yourself enough to actually come to the conclusion saying okay, I actually lack a power to make a decision or actually take a risk. We don't take a risk. We are so soft, we are so comfortable in living day-to-day life. You can see your mom, she doesn't take a risk. She is okay living day-to-day life, right? I'm not saying you have to change your life. I'm saying if you want something different from your life, this is an indicator that you have to think something out of box. You have to analyze, you have to come to a conclusion saying okay, I'm lacking this skills, this is something I should work on. Where can I start? In this way, I would say you can start by first claiming your power. How do you claim your power? You take those power back. Whenever you're making a decision, whenever something is going around where you have to make a decision, you will make a decision without any validation, without any external help, just to see if you can make it. You can ask for help, support, but completely, I would say leaning on someone would not help you, right? So this way you have to understand, first claim your power. This is how I actually start exercising with my mom, saying okay, if you're going out for dinner today, what kind of food would you like? Don't come and say okay, whatever baby or whatever you're eating. No, I want you to tell me what are you craving for, what you want, what you need today. Anything you start your day with, just ask her what do you need today. This way, when you see her making her decision, you kind of get a confidence like okay, this is how even I should know. Something like okay, I want to eat these, so basically the minimal level of your decisions will be there, but the big decisions I'm talking about, because when you see your any parental figure, if she is skipping some kind of decisions like in a day-to-day home decisions, any kind of decisions, that is the pattern you actually consume. And then you see outside yourself like you're not making enough decisions in your office, in your day-to-day life, like 9 to 5, or any kind of projects or presentations with your colleagues, with your friends, anybody in your life. So my divine feminine, first claim your power. Claim it from your heart. Say what you can do. Every time you are feeling stuck, you are feeling like okay, I'm doing day to day, I'm not doing any investment in myself. Saying investment, you have to nurture yourself. In a way, you look like feminine, right? Like you breathe like feminine. You actually are her. Like to be in a divine goddess energy, you have to carry the frequency, the energy. So when you have to carry the aura, you have to say okay, how she should look like divine, right? So you're doing your hairs, you're doing your nails, whatever you're feeling called, you're getting new clothes. Not every time, but yeah, of course, sometimes we have to actually celebrate ourselves. This is me. I actually celebrate myself every week, because I'm like okay dude, I actually survive, and we're going all the way up to I actually abundant to celebrate myself. Anytime you are investing, nurturing, putting one step and showing up for yourself, that's where you're gonna meet your divine feminine and at the most raw and beautiful form. Second thing, always invest and nurture yourself. Third thing, you have to actually change your mindset. This is not shit, okay? You have to actually think about how you see yourself. Nobody's gonna tell you 100 times, 1,000 times you are beautiful. You have to tell yourself you're beautiful. Nobody's gonna tell you, I don't give a fuck. If I'm telling myself I'm beautiful, I am beautiful. You have to actually adapt this attitude Like, you are no giving shit, you're not giving F's. You have to understand this. If you are asking for external validation, you are categorizing as people pleaser. Every time you're going out to seek any kind of validations, that's where you have to stop yourself. Why would you need an external validation? When you have a dream, when you have a career, when you have like impossible possible dreams, where actually that dream scare the shit out of you, and you don't tell your friends, you don't tell your parents, but you believe and you tell yourself, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it. That is how you actually tell yourself you're beautiful, you're divine, you don't need any kind of shit. You actually don't need any kind of external validation of how you look, how you behave, how you want to be treated. First of all, I can't get started with how you want to get treated. You have to treat yourself that way. I don't know if this video is gonna have a pointers, but yeah, trust me. You have to treat yourself that way. Don't come at me saying you will be in a victim mode all the fucking time. No, I don't want you to be a victim. Why would you be a victim? You're a divine feminine, you're a divine goddess. Divine goddess is actually not in a victim mode. She is in a queen mode. She is sitting on her throne, giving decisions, giving strategies, giving creation, energy. She is the creation. Embody yourself as you are creating everything around you. The business, the strategies, the ideas, the content, anything. You are creating it. So there is no victim mode. If you are facing any victim mode, that's your one of the pattern you have seen somewhere. It can be the consumption. First of all, I would say don't consume everything on social media. That's where you don't want to go. If you're consuming everything, you're not going anywhere, because you're so much putting your energy into consumption that you believe you don't have enough time to actually do a practical stuff. I have not seen anybody going out and doing those stuffs. If you get inspired by influencer, that is good thing, because anything that is actually tell you should do it, you should actually do it. That's the way your soul is calling you to do it. Okay, what else my divine feminine would love to know? Okay, stop putting yourself at the back burner. If you think you have burnt out doing a lot of stuff, taking a lot of responsibility, start dividing those responsibilities. Start actually putting those sometimes for yourself, to actually keep a track on yourself. Because when you're so blindly following everything, you're so involved in today's world where everything is reachable, you actually don't see yourself being authentic. If you're actually copying and just being following, there's nothing wrong with copying though, but you actually see yourself being authentic. Like, say, okay, I like this thing, okay, I like this top, okay, I like this necklace, okay, I like this ring, okay, I like this color, right? That is making you who you are. If somebody's asking you who are you, don't say my name is this, I live here, I'm about this age. You have to be more specific for yourself, because that way you will know that, okay, wait a second, do I like salted caramel or chocolate chip, right? And people say, oh, Abhi, I know that, but get to those decisions. And this is just salted caramel and chocolate. This is just a start. You have to make this is just a start. This will actually build up a foundation where you can actually intuitively make those decisions regarding your career, relationship, where you want to live, how you want to spend your life, where you want to travel internationally, anything locally. Then you can connect with universe more, because she is the frequency, the aura of divine feminine. Why you are out of touch, why you don't you fit, that's your calling to be a divine feminine, because you have to understand yourself to understand her, that how you and her is connected, how you and universe is connected, how the divine feminine, whole and soul wants you to understand what you like as a soul. When I'm getting started to understand my divine feminine, I was a person who actually put a hold on to my divine feminine, because I said she can be demanding, she can be luxurious, but why would I not be able to pay her that much attention? Why would she ask for, and she feels amazing that she actually treat herself, she actually fill her own cup, she actually buy her own flowers, she actually have enough money to get a house, get a phone, anything, any material things, any trips, anything she can have it. That means you're setting the standard up to the life. If you're settling down, then you have to see where you are compromising. A lot of people actually divine feminine compromise a lot. They feel they can settle for less because they feel that is enough for them. Whatever you are feeling, whatever society, parental figure, your environment is making you feel, if you feel a little bit of like 1% of this is not true, do not settle for a job, a relationship, career, or even the same country you want to live in. If you have one little faith or one little light, a hope saying you can be more, be more. Trust me, you have to be more. This is how you can actually just start being a divine feminine. Everything, every pattern, it is difficult, because when you actually start this journey, everything will come together. But when you are her, you become endless creation, magnifying beauty itself. You don't need external validation. You don't need people tell you you're beautiful. You don't need outer love, because you are so enough that you actually pour out. How the glass is so full that the water is coming out. That actually happens when you are actually in your divine feminine. And trust me, if you are starting this journey, you will find somebody who is gonna support you, who is gonna be your divine masculine in this form, divine masculine in this life, who is actually your soul family, who are coming here to actually give you and guide you towards your true self. Because at the end, we are actually learning about ourselves.